You think you are the pilot of your own life. You believe that when you buy a car, vote for a candidate, or get angry at a headline, that you made that choice. You believe that your tastes, your opinions, and your desires are unique to you. You are wrong. Most of what you call free will is actually a predictable chemical reaction triggered by an external engineer. You aren't the pilot. You are the passenger, and the cockpit has been locked from the outside. If you have ever found yourself doom scrolling for 2 hours when you meant to work, or defending a brand that doesn't care about you, or feeling anxious about a problem you didn't know existed yesterday, you have been breached. Welcome to the machine. Today, we are going to tear open the control panel and show you the wiring. Why is your mind so easy to hack? It is not because you are stupid. It is because your brain is lazy. Biologically, the brain is an energy-expensive organ. It consumes 20% of your calories while taking up only 2% of your body mass. To survive, it evolved a primary directive: conserve energy. To do this, it creates heuristics, mental shortcuts. Think of your mind like a massive corporate email server. It cannot read every single message, so it sets up spam filters and auto-replies. If X happens, do Y. If authority speaks, listen. If crowd runs, follow. This is the mechanical flaw in your operating system. Manipulators, advertisers, algorithms, toxic leaders do not attack your logic. Logic is a fortress. They attack your auto-replies. They exploit the cognitive miser function. They send a signal that bypasses your firewall and triggers a pre-programmed response before your conscious mind even wakes up. You are here because your software is outdated for the modern environment. You are running Stone Age code in a digital age war zone. And today, we patch the system. We will break this down into 3 strategic pillars covering the 5 key tactics. Pillar 1, the dopamine Skinner box. This creates the addiction. This is tactic number 1, variable ratio reinforcement. In the 1950s, B.F. Skinner put pigeons in a box. If they pecked a button and got food every time, they pecked only when hungry. But if they pecked and got food randomly, sometimes a lot, sometimes nothing, they pecked until they collapsed. Your phone is a Skinner box. Social media feeds are not chronological. They are algorithmic. You don't know if the next swipe will be a boring ad or a viral video that makes you laugh. That uncertainty releases dopamine. The manipulator knows that if they gave you what you wanted consistently, you would get bored and leave. So they starve you, then feed you, then starve you again. Whether it's a toxic partner who texts back instantly on Monday and ignores you on Tuesday, or a news feed that mixes terror with cat videos, they are turning you into the pigeon. Once they have your attention, they need your loyalty. This brings us to tactic number 2, identity fusion. The smartest manipulators don't sell you a product. They sell you an identity. They don't say, buy this truck. They say, this truck is for patriots. They don't say, vote for me. They say, we are the enlightened ones, and they are the savages. By fusing their agenda with your self-image, they hack your defense mechanism. If I attack your choice, I am just debating you. But if I attack your identity, your brain registers it as physical pain. You will defend a brand or a politician as if you are defending your own body. You stop thinking. You start reacting. Closely related is tactic number 3, the consistency trap. Once you make a small public commitment to an identity, you will do irrational things to stay consistent with it. They get you to agree to a small sign in your yard. Next week, they ask for a donation. You give it not because you want to, but because your brain screams, I must be consistent with who I said I was. Finally, how do they close the deal? They destroy your ability to process data. This is Pillar 3, the urgency protocol. Tactic number 4, artificial scarcity. Only 3 seats left at this price. Sale ends in 10 minutes. Biologically, humans are terrified of loss. We value avoiding loss twice as much as acquiring gains. When a manipulator creates a countdown, they are inducing a mild fight or flight response. When you are in fight or flight, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that does math and logic, shuts down. Blood flow moves to your muscles. You become stupid on purpose. They don't want you to think. They want you to act. And the final nail in the coffin, tactic number 5, information overload, the fire hose. In modern warfare, this is called jamming the radar. If I want to hide the truth, I don't need to censor it. I just need to bury it under 10,000 hours of useless noise. When your brain is overwhelmed with too many choices, too many notifications, and too much breaking news, it defaults to the path of least resistance. It just picks whatever is loudest. They exhaust you until you surrender your autonomy just to get some peace. However, there is a shadow side to knowing this. The danger is becoming paranoid. You might start seeing manipulation in a mother's hug or a friend's gift. That is not the goal. The goal is not to disconnect from society. The goal is to engage with it on your terms. If you become a hermit, you are still controlled by your fear. The true operative walks through the marketplace, sees the traps, and steps over them without breaking stride. So, how do we escape the Skinner box? We must adopt a new philosophy. We move from being reactors to being observers. The ancient Stoics understood this. You cannot control the external signal. The algorithm will always try to hook you. The politician will always try to enrage you. But you control the gap. The gap is the split second between the stimulus and your response. In that gap lies your freedom. When you feel the urge to buy, the urge to scream, the urge to click, pause. Ask yourself, is this thought mine, or was it planted? The moment you observe the mechanism, you disable it. When you see the scarcity tactic, the fear vanishes. When you see the dopamine loop, the craving dies. When you realize they're targeting your identity, you detach your ego from the argument. You are not the machine. You are the mechanic. Stop trying to change the world's noise. Start upgrading your internal noise-canceling software. Your mind is the only territory you truly own. Defend it accordingly. Do not let them rent space in your head for free. Now that you understand the tactics of control, you need to learn how to spot the agents of control. Manipulation isn't just a system, it's people. You need to know when someone is lying to your face. I have placed a dossier on the screen right now regarding the hidden signs of deception. Watch it. Complete your training. Stay sharp. Disappear.